Hey everyone, and welcome to the Music Box Online. My name is Miss Tammy, and I'm the founder. Today I will be showing you how to set up your Zoom account for online music lessons. So, if you don't already have the Zoom app installed, as you can see the icons down here in the bottom bar, definitely go to the website zoom.us and sign up for an account. It's free, and you can download the app and install it onto your computer. Now, after you've done that, click on the icon. You should see a window pop up. My default window is the meetings window because I have a few set up already, but for some of you, you may see the first window just like this. You have 4 options. You can set up a new meeting that's going to happen immediately. You can join an existing meeting that you may know of. You can schedule one for the future, or you can share your screen. So for the most part, we're going to be focusing on this tab, Meetings tab, and your personal meeting ID. Okay, it's kind of like your links, unique to you, that you can share with all your students. So before we even go there, let's take a look at the Zoom preferences. So click the left-hand corner, zoom.us, go down to preferences. You're going to see a bunch of different options pop up. So let's go to video first. All right, so as you can see, I have my ManyCam set up where I have a picture of my face, I guess, within the picture of my piano down here, because this is how I would usually set up my computer and my my cameras for my online music or piano lessons. You can always change these. You can change it to any of the other camera options that you have. For example, you can change it to facing a face, like my FaceTime HD camera on my computer. I do have the Brio. The Brio is actually this camera that you're seeing the piano under. But for the most part, I almost always use my ManyCam. Okay, so once you have that set up, go to the audio settings. So I always have built-in output for my headphones. As you can see, I am wearing headphones right now. And for the input, I do have it set as my Duet. My Duet is the microphone that I use to record myself in this video, as well as the microphone I use to conduct my lessons. I just find the quality a little bit better. You can hear me a little bit clearer. You can definitely get by with the built-in microphone in the Mac. I've tried using the Logitech Brio microphone, but I do find it a little bit, I don't know, it doesn't pick up as much sound as I would like. And as a music teacher, I definitely want a microphone that picks up as much as possible. So I selected the Duet. You can see that it's active. As the colors that you're seeing in this bar over here, detecting my voice, shows that the microphone is working. You can always go ahead and test the speaker and test the microphone. It'll play some sounds, have you say some sounds and play it back, just so that you know that everything's all good. Now, what's important over here is I usually don't have them automatically adjust the microphone volume, because I want my microphone to capture every single sound I'm making. When it comes to, especially when it comes to my students who are a little softer, when they play, I want I want them to be able to hear me. So the next option here is suppress background noise. You'll notice a few options: auto, low, medium, high. I set it at low, and I would advise you do the same because, like I said, let's say I'm playing a ukulele or a guitar and the strings are a little soft. If you have it on high or medium, Zoom is going to detect it and think that it's noise in the background, and it's going to suppress it. You're not going to be able to hear it. Your student's not going to be able to hear it. If you have it on low, then it's going to capture everything, even the slightest whisper. So you definitely want to make sure that's on low. Now, if you are familiar with Zoom, by all means, go ahead and tamper, or not tamper, I guess, fiddle around with all the different settings, finding what works for you. After you've done the video and audio setup, you can just close, and now we can get on to seeing the personal meeting ID room settings. So when you get to this point, which is under the Meetings tab, you see these 3 tabs up here, the 3rd tab. You can definitely go to edit to see what's what you can change, I guess. Now, I don't usually mess with the personal meeting ID. I just leave the number as it is. I do want a passcode, and I highly suggest that you have one, because it's just basic security reasons, right? You can change it to be like a number. Oops, excuse me. What did I do? Ignore that, please. You can change it to be a number, but I just have it as Music Box NY, so that my students don't forget it. And I do always recommend having a waiting room. That's just because if you are in a class teaching one student, and let's say another student joins early, they're going to be put in the waiting room, so that they're not going to suddenly appear in the class, and it might be a bit distracting. So you definitely want to check that. host, if I have my video on, I want my participants to have their video on. Audio settings, I just leave it alone. Advanced options, like I said, if you are familiar with Zoom, go ahead and you can choose whichever you want to pick, I guess. I just leave them alone because I don't want to mess with anything. You hit save, and now you're ready to actually copy the invitation. Hit this button and open up your email to send it to your student. So composing my email, I'm gonna send it to my personal email, Zoom link, and paste. Woohoo! So you might see a lot of different numbers down here. You don't really need all this stuff at the bottom. I usually just delete everything below One Tap Mobile. What's important is I have my link for my students and the meeting ID and passcode. Now, if they're accessing their email through a computer or through a tablet and phone, they can just easily tap on this or click on this, and Zoom will automatically launch and lead them into the meeting. Now, if they don't have access to their email and they have their phone or a tablet that they need to sign on with, then they're going to manually need to input the numbers and the passcode into the Zoom app. Topic, I can just put it as Tammy's piano lesson. Sometimes I put an extra date or time. Like, for example, today is what? September 12th, Saturday. Oopsies, can't type today. Sorry. Saturday. You can say September 12th. I mean, however you want to put your format, 2020. Maybe, like, my lesson's going to be at 12 midnight. Ha, ha, ha. Oh, no, that. Okay, fine. 11:30 p.m. Ha, ha. All right, just for fun. And I'll hit send. Once I do that, assuming I am the student. Oops. Gonna wait a couple minutes. Refreshing the email. It should appear any second now. Where are you? Aha! Zoom link. So if I'm the student, I can just easily click on this link or enter the details manually. I'm not going to do this right now because it's going to cause probably some inception thing where we have like a meeting and a meeting and a meeting because I'm already signed into my Zoom. But apart from that, that is basically it. That's how to set up your Zoom, as well as, send your meeting ID to your students. Now, once you have done all the, preferences settings set up, you don't have to do it again. So you don't have to do this for every single student. All right. Apart from that, I think that is it. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know in the comment section, or you can DM me, direct message me, whatever the case. If you have, blah, 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 blah. Okay. See you later and good luck.